What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 12 of the Spawn Point Podcast. I fucked it up. I don't care. Jason's here with me. What's up, man?
What's going on? Episode 12. We made it.
We made it. Listen, I'm going to be fully transparent as I am with this show. This is the second week in a row. We recorded the whole show, and we had to re-record it. So this one's not my fault. The video file got corrupted somehow. So I went to edit it after we wrapped, and I fucking had to call Jason back. I feel like fucking
it on the computer.
I showed you at the end. I said, look, and I showed you that the fucking file was corrupted.
I'm just fucking around, dude.
I know. I'm not happy. I like doing this show. I don't like having to do it twice every week. So it's got to get figured out. So I changed the file type. I changed the file location. If it happens anymore, I fucking retire.
It's practice.
Yeah, it's practice.
It's not like you've had a long day or anything.
No, I haven't had a long day. I didn't do anything. None of that matters. I fucked my brakes were fucked. I had to replace the entire rear end of my car. $850 later. We already had to start the podcast late to begin with because I was doing that all fucking day. And then, dude, I am swearing way too much. This shit is not going out to anybody. So if you're listening to this, if you're listening to this, you're welcome, I guess. I don't, anyway, I'm fired up.
Sam's angry.
We already did all this stupid shit. It's not stupid. We love it, but damn, having to do it again, having to pretend we haven't heard this before is really fucking annoying.
Fine. So yeah, you're, at least your brakes are good.
I can drive.
You can stop your car.
Yeah, I can drive. Don't procrastinate car issues, y'all. Don't drive without brakes for 2 weeks like I did. That would probably be advised. So yeah,
pretty much had to redo the rear end of your car.
I pretty much did. Yeah, anything that could be replaced almost got replaced today. How was you went to the Super Mario Galaxy movie? How was the movie?
I did. It's a movie.
I don't like that, but I respect.
It's okay. I don't know. It just felt like there's just a lot going on. There's a lot more characters. It's almost like an overwhelming amount of like stuff thrown at you. It's all beautifully done. It looks great. The soundtrack is fantastic. The soundtrack is what Mario 1 movie should have been. Fully orchestral, classic Super Mario tracks. I think there was only like 2, maybe 3 like actual licensed songs in it, and they were done pretty quick. Like there's a really cool scene towards the beginning where I think it's Mario or Luigi walking down a street and Hypnotize by the Notorious B.I.G. comes on. That's cool. Like it fit. I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll take that. But the story is fine. I read a lot of stuff about the story not really being there, or it's hard to follow. I didn't feel that. The story was, it's pretty light, I guess, but it's just the amount of stuff. I mean, it is cool that it's like there's a lot of nostalgia in there. There's a lot of really old like Mario characters that are in it that we really haven't seen in a while. So that was neat. It's just you start doing too much, and it almost makes you care less about the characters. There's like too much to care about. Like even the main characters, I'm like, I just didn't feel the attachment that I did, in the first one. So I don't know. My daughter loved it. I thought it's fine. We went to like a 6:20 showing, and then literally when we got home, I put on Super Mario Brothers movie, and just reconfirmed to myself that I do enjoy the first one better. I just liked the setup better. I mean, you can't beat having a huge section of Mario Kart in the first one. I mean, that's killer. Donkey Kong was a huge part of the first film. Really not that much a part of this one. And maybe that has something to do with it too. Like the characters that are in this maybe aren't quite as impactful as they were in the first one. Little bit lesser known characters. So I found that maybe a little bit harder to really connect with a lot of the stuff that was going on. So I don't know, decent, but forgettable almost at the same time. And that's coming from a huge Mario fan and a Nintendo fan. So yeah,
really
I don't know.
Really
Could've been
saying
better.
something. I mean, you felt the same about the first one too, but this just sucks. This
Well,
one's kind of a step down.
it kind of is, and like I said, I rewatched the first one again last night and felt maybe even a little bit better about the first one
Mm.
after seeing the second one. Maybe some
Mm.
of my criticisms were wiped a little bit of the first one, but yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Shout out.
That's my opinion. Anyway, everyone has their own.
You're
So
goddamn right, dude. And
yeah,
shout out to the live action Mario movie back in the day.
don't shout that one out
Don't like that one?
at all. Oh God, it's so bad. I heard like some people talking about how like since it's the Galaxy movie, they should have this like just a small scene where they like go to the galaxy that
Yeah,
movie exists in and just have this little short little cameo.
it'd be
Not that I
fun.
want any more freaking characters in this movie, but would have been kind of funny.
Would have been kind of funny. Ah, jeez. Anyways, there's our
Thought the movie
recap
was
of that.
bad.
I'm probably not. Well, my wife and I'll probably watch it, but it'll probably be a ways down the road.
Wait till it comes out. Like,
Yeah,
streaming or something.
she told me after we talked about going to the movie, she said, "Do not buy me a movie ticket. I don't want to go to a movie."
Really?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, all right, dude.
Hey man, if she doesn't want to, then don't. Yeah,
Saves
I
me
wouldn't
money
force it
so I
either.
can spend it on games.
100%.
What a joke. So yes, if Jason and I sound a little bit expedited, we're sorry. We've literally done this before. So we're just
trying
doing
to keep
our
my energy up.
No,
for 10
you're
o'clock.
doing fantastic. I'm just reiterating the point that 2 weeks in a row, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Housekeeping,
Anything else
YouTube,
going- Oh, yeah.
Spotify, fucking, I didn't do anything else other than my breaks, and then I got to work on my non-sked tomorrow. Fuck off, piece of shit.
Isn't that great?
Welcome
right,
to the post
continue.
office.
Yeah.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, catch the podcast on all those platforms. If you watch us on YouTube or Spotify, consider leaving us a comment and rating the show or leaving us a thumbs up. Would appreciate all of that. And get us on social media to all
Give
social
us
media
something.
platforms. We're on all of them, or our email, which is
SpawnPointNetwork@outlook.com.
Yep.
That is SpawnPointNetwork@outlook.com.
You're goddamn
Send us an email.
right. Do it.
We want to hear from you.
Please. We would love to hear from you. Discord, you link in the description. Join the Discord. We had a nice little bunch of conversations. It's been pretty good over there. The Discord's starting
more active.
to grow. So be a part of the fun. We still got some founders titles remaining. I'm not sure how many. I think like 5, 6, somewhere in that ballpark. But jump in there, claim those.
Let's get 'em filled.
Yeah, fill them up. Talk games, movies, music, snakes, cats, dogs, rabbits, food, all that going on in the Discord.
Snakes, huh? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
People got snakes.
I just want you to know, Jason did this housekeeping on the first episode. He did much better than I did. We're going to go ahead and move on from there, and we're going to jump right into our games discussion.
The games. Which game?
I don't know. You tell me.
What's first?
I don't know. Let me just fix this live
This is
because
called
I refuse to
Black
do.
Box.
This is all going in. I don't care anymore. I have no care
on this
in
game,
the world.
You can't see anything. You just have to take your controller and just like use your imagination.
Yeah, it's like Atari 2600
on this one. Yeah. Basically, it's just all the pixels in the boxes are black. So
this is incredible. This is awesome. I love this, dude. This is great. Why is this not playing? Because any other video?
If you're not watching, I'm gonna let Cam figure this out. Hey, I was gonna say if you're not watching, it's just a big black box in the middle, but we got it.
It's not moving. We got a still frame.
Hey,
progress. Good Lord, what a nightmare.
So, in this game, you just stare at a pinball table and imagine the ball.
This has got to be a joke, right? Are we kidding me? That doesn't matter. The footage is fucking pinball. Try to fix it for the next game. Pinball FX. I don't have a big history with pinball. I never really understood it, just like I didn't understand arcade games back in the day. However, I've had an unhealthy obsession with arcade one-up machines, and I've been purchasing them, and I've been getting really big into arcade games as of late. And with that, I figured I couldn't really be I couldn't be the retro guy unless I played some pinball. So I downloaded Pinball FX, and I've been messing around with it. I also went down a big rabbit hole of virtual arcade pinball tables, which are just crazy. But they've come a long way.
That's nuts.
Yeah, they've come a really long way. Not going to go down that rabbit hole again. But Pinball FX is a free-to-download game on last-gen consoles, modern consoles, and, of course, your PC if you're looking for that. And ultimately, it's a really solid pinball game. You do get 3 tables when you download the game for free. Not a great amount of tables, but with pinball in particular, you know, the main draw comes from learning the table, learning the play field that you're playing on, as I've come to learn. So 3 tables is actually not half bad when you actually think about what you need to do when you're learning a pinball table, because you really have to devote a lot of time to these play fields to learn where you need to shoot your shots and hit your skill shots and things like that. But pinball is ultimately just a game all about hitting combos, looping ramps, and doing things, and kind of learning what each table does and what sets the table off and what the different things that you can do throughout the table are. So having those 3 is solid enough of a roster. I will say there, I believe, are 2 tables that are made up, or not real tables, but they're like virtual arcade tables that were designed for this game. I think I could be wrong on that. However, the main one that I played was Fishtails, which is a classic Williams pinball machine. And that is really fun. It's a cool table. It's a good laid out table. It's fun to flow on that table as well. And ultimately, it's really good. But what really draws me into pinball, just staring at this still frame, what really pulls me into pinball is the sounds. So, you know, the very tactile sounds of hitting the bumpers and the flipper sound and the marquee making noise and repeating one audio track over and over, but it's just so nice. It's a very cool game to kind of lose yourself in and put yourself back into a simpler time. And it's just something about the clicky tactileness of everything going on just really hits. So I've been really enjoying Pinball FX. I have spent a little bit of money. I got a pack of like 12 classic Williams tables for like $10 or something, $11. It was on sale. It was like half off. So I purchased it. And I tend to do that. If I play a free game that I appreciate and that I can get into, I will throw some cash towards the devs. And I did that here just because I enjoyed it. And I'm going to continue to kind of dink around with it a little bit. It's not got the longest legs of any game I've ever played. Like, I'm not a big pinball wizard or crazy into it or anything, but it is a fun one to pop into and play from time to time. So that is Pinball FX.
That is cool. So I actually downloaded this as well, and played a little bit. I think just the first 2 machines. It actually plays really well. I mean,
It does, yeah.
For being a video game version of a pinball table. I do miss though, like you were saying, like even hitting those buttons to move your paddles and stuff on a real machine. You know, you just can't beat that. So you know, that kind of stuff you miss in these type of games. But I mean, either that or you go and buy a $5,000 freaking real pinball machine, which nobody has money for. So,
or a $2,000 virtual arcade table, but
okay.
They've come a very long way.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't really know much about that, so I think that's pretty neat. But yeah, I definitely have a history with pinball. You know, like I said, I've grown up in arcades and stuff, and of course, there's always pinball machines there. So I've definitely had my fair share of pinball time. So
yeah,
if you're gonna be like you said, like you want to get into like the retro stuff. I mean, pinball is definitely something to put some time into as well.
For sure. And it's very similar to the old, 80s, 90s arcade games. It's all score based, and you want to get the highest score you possibly can. And another nice thing about Pinball FX, it's got a lot of different game modes and things like that to kind of mix up the gameplay, as well as it's got online working leaderboard and things like that are cool to kind of continue to try to improve and challenge yourself. And along with that, there's live tournaments going on weekly for all the different tables, so you can just play that mode, which has a steeper play field. So obviously it's much more difficult to be precise with your shots, and balls moving around a lot faster. It's easier to miss and things like that. It's harder to go up ramps. There's a bunch of shit with pinball that's difficult with a steeper play field. But you can compete in those every single week, and then if you place high enough, you get collectibles you can throw in this little hub that the game gives you, and it's got enough going for it that I think it's very well worth your time if you're interested. And like I said, you can download this for free and just hop in and fuck around with Fishtails, which is a classic pinball machine. So,
and like you said, I mean, a lot of pinball has to do with, like, keeping those lines going, keeping that momentum going. And I did feel like this game represented that, well. Obviously in a video game form, the ball, it's all, it's physics based. So, that can go either really right or really wrong, but it feels good in this one. So
it does feel
definitely
good.
Check it out.
And there are bad pinball games that you can tell immediately are bad pinball games. This is not one of those. It feels very competent in what it's trying to achieve. So
it's pretty legit.
Okay, very cool. Let's move on from that, but I'm going to fix this. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back and we have footage for Jason's game. Fucking amazing. Let's go ahead and take it away, pal.
Okay, while I'm starting to talk about that, can I get a view of the stream back? That would probably be helpful.
I hate it here. All right, so, there you go, buddy.
Hey, man, this is great. So I'm bringing to you guys a fairly new game. This actually just came out on April 1st of this year, and it is called Haste, or Haste Broken Worlds is like the full title, but we're gonna call it Haste. So what Haste is a third person high speed precision runner roguelite. That's a mouthful. But that's pretty much exactly what it is. It's a roguelite structure in a sense that everything is run based, and you're literally running in this game. So so you play as Zoe is her name, and basically this world that she's in has gone corrupt. Something has corrupted it. So she is out to essentially figure out why it's happening, and I guess essentially fix it. I've got about 4 hours in, so I haven't seen like a ton of the story yet. But another cool thing about this game is, before this whole world-ending thing that's going on happened, she was basically a letter carrier. She delivered mail and packages to people in this, like, very obviously fictional, crazy stylized world. But that was her job. And you run into characters throughout the game that are like, wait a minute, I remember you delivered something to me. So I thought that was kind of cool. Had no idea that was any part of this game whatsoever.
Oh yeah, so lore accurate for the podcast. Letter carriers.
Yeah, exactly. And Cam said during our early recording that don't let our management see this. They'll want us to run this fast when we fucking deliver our shit.
They sure will.
So yeah, the speed of this game is pretty intense. She obviously runs really, really fast, and a lot of what you're kind of focusing on as you're going through these runs is how you are basically landing your jump. So as she's running, once you reach the top of a hill, she automatically just kind of leaps off the top of it, and then it's up to you to control kind of where she goes in the air, because you could run into trees, buildings, anything like that. That will kill your health. So you're navigating that kind of stuff, and then you're also trying to land as perfectly as you can on a downslope of a hill so that you can keep your momentum going and basically blast you off into the next hill. As you're going through these levels, you're also picking up these little gems, and you can use those gems in these in-between run stages that have shops basically built into them. So you can pick up things like health, upgrades.
Just keep going at this point, dude. Just go.
Health upgrades, speed bonuses, that kind of shit. So, yeah, and then so also like you have this mechanic where so like I was saying, you have to try to like land your runs and everything right. If you are kind of like coming down and you know you're gonna hit something, she has this like surfboard mechanic thing that she can pull out, and it makes her hover just a little bit further so that you can kind of hit that downslope exactly where you want to, and then move on. So like I also said, it's run based like a roguelite. So you have like this kind of map system set up, and it's basically just like a kind of looks like a tree. Starts at the bottom, and then you can pick multiple branching paths to get all the way to the end, which is basically you fight like a boss at the very end of it. But the cool thing about this that's different than other roguelites that I've seen is usually you start on node number 1 and you just pick I'm going to go to node number 2 over here, or I want to go to node number 2 over here. You can actually just kind of create a path and just click all the way up to the top one. And then instead of ever jumping back to that map screen, it just literally keeps you going from one spot to the other. The only downside to that, I guess, would be like, let's say you get hurt more than you want, and another path that you didn't pick could have had like a health upgrade shop. You might miss that because you've already pre-planned your route, but it's not that big a deal. It hasn't been too terribly tough yet. So, and then like I said, you get to the end of each run, and there is a boss battle. Essentially, there's no combat in this, but so I beaten the first boss of the first area, and he was like this giant robot, and he shoots out stuff at you, but he doesn't like physically attack you. So you just try to get close to him, run into one of his weak points, it damages him, and he basically shoots up in the air and moves off to another section of the map. And I forgot to mention that everything is procedurally generated in this, so like every time you jump back in, it's basically a different run. So yeah, and then so each one of the areas are you basically you jump into like this shard, and the shard is like the first world, and then you beat that, you go back to like this hub world where you have this person that you talk to that kind of guides you into the next area. There's other NPCs and stuff in there as well, but then he opens up this area where there's this other shard. You jump into that, and you're into the next area of this basically massive overworld. So but yeah, I mean, I'm having fun with it. It's not anything like too revolutionary, but it is unique in the sense that I haven't played or seen many games like this. So yeah, I mean, if it looks cool, you like roguelites, well, if it sounds cool and you like roguelites, check out Haste,
Oh,
Broken
boy.
Worlds.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's got a great art style. Dude, this is killing me inside. Honestly, it does have a great art style. The video version of this podcast this week is something to behold, but that
Worked for a minute.
yeah, it did.
And it's also, I didn't even mention, it's on like PC, PS5, Xbox, Switch. It's only $20. It's not like a huge investment. So
yeah, I think the game looks interesting. I like it. You mentioned in the first recording, it's like similar to kind of like motocross mechanics. So you want to go over the crest of a hill and then hit the down slope you might have said that. I'm trying to not have my computer explode, but
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, so you're kind of like trying to not case hills. You're trying to like kind of hit things the
trying
correct
to hit
way.
them right on the and it does like it kind of grades you on each jump. You get like an okay, a good, a perfect, a bad if you basically just like nail the top of the hill as you're trying to come down. So yeah, so you get bonus points in that, and those tie into like your gems. I believe it like puts a multiplier on top of it. So yeah, and like Cam and I both said, I mean, the art style is cool whether you can see it or not. But and I think you mentioned earlier too, it kind of it's like a kind of a timeless style art style.
Yeah,
like
I would
you
call
could
it
see
so,
this
yeah.
game years from now and still, it's very artistic, but Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah,
Game looks very cool. Gonna be a big speedrunner game, I would have to guess. We'll probably see this speedruns done quick 2026 or whatever.
I would imagine. I just
Yes.
wonder how the whole procedural part would kind of work with that,
Oh,
because it
yeah.
seems like no matter how fast well, no, I shouldn't say that. Like, you can get to the end, quicker, just as long as you nail every hill perfectly. But I think each procedural area is probably set up to have the same distance each time. But I shouldn't even say anything, because speedrunners can still figure out ways to get it done quicker.
They'll find the right seed. If you start the game at this specific second, it'll be perfect.
Jesus.
Haste Broken Worlds. Yeah, I don't either. Very cool concept. Looks like it's executed very well. Running very well on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
$19.99. Beautiful price.
Not a bad price, really.
Not a bad price at all. Sounds like it's going to be pretty substantial too, if you're only in the first, or just getting out of the first world after 4 hours. So
yeah, it took me just a little bit to kind of figure out all the mechanics, but once I kind of got through that first zone and beat that boss, I feel like it's going to go a little bit smoother as I move forward. So,
yeah. All right.
I'm going to keep going.
Perfect. Well, that covers Haste. I'm going to take another fucking break to try to fix the footage, and we'll come back for the third game of the episode.
Stay tuned. You're going to want to hear this next one.
Welcome
back.
Welcome back.
You guys didn't know we went anywhere, but we went somewhere.
You sure didn't. We're covering Samson. I was very nice earlier. I'm about to not be nice because I'm fucking irritated. So we're about to lay into this damn game. Samson came out on the 8th. You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna fucking lose my goddamn fucking mind here. We got footage again. For 2 seconds. Samson is an open world, small open world game where you play as Samson, who just got released from prison. Basically, how he got out of prison was his sister worked with a gang out of Kansas City, and for her going to work for them, they bailed Samson out of prison. So it's his job to gain the money that it required to post his bail, which I believe was $100,000. And you are trying to build that wealth back up to repay the gang in Kansas City to get your sister home, basically, is kind of the plot. It's not really a game that you're really interested in the plot too much. What really drew me to this game from the trailers, which I was drawn to this game from the trailers, was the combat. It's got very fisticuffs combat stylings going on here, and it looks like you just punch shit fucking unbelievably hard from the physics. Yeah, just like really fucking hard. So yeah, I never expected this thing to be like Sleeping Dogs or GTA anything, or I was not anticipating that coming into this project. Then I obviously got announced that it's releasing at a budget price point, $24.99. Solidified that point. And I was very worried that we had Creasol 2 on our hands. We pretty much got Creasol 2 here. So unfortunately, game has some very, very serious performance issues throughout every aspect of the game. It's basically split 50% beatdown missions where you're doing the hand-to-hand combat, and then 50% vehicular missions where you're doing vehicular combat, chase sequences, or you're doing a getaway where cops are chasing you or whatever. But it's basically split half and half from what I've played so far. What I will say, the game runs on Unreal Engine 3, so at times the game looks quite nice. And from the video, for as long as it survives here, that you're seeing, it has its moments, and I did pick the best moments I could out of the footage that I had. So you're seeing kind of the best of what I could get here. So basically, I don't have a $6,000 super PC. I have a $1,500 pre-built PC, which is still expensive in and of itself. But no matter what I do with this game, no matter what graphics settings I tweak or adjust or change or set this to low, set this to medium, set the whole shit to low, turn off the hair physics, do all this shit, use DLSS, use FLR, all these different I can't get this game to run at 60 FPS stable for anything. So I don't know what's going on there. You can set the limit to 30, 60, 120, or unlimited. I set it to 60, thinking it will lock at 60 and it would feel okay. It still drops well below 60 often. To put it bluntly, it's very rough. And for this type of game, if you have frame drops in a racing game, not that this is a racing game, but just in a driving game, if you have frame drops, it's potentially the worst, grossest feeling you could experience in gaming, period. You in this game in particular, you have very tight, narrow streets that you're having to navigate through. And when you're driving at speed and you have frame issues, or it starts to lose frames, you start to try to adjust to keep your car on these little tight streets, and you end up slamming into the wall on the other side of the building because you're trying to just make a micro adjustment that turns into a mega adjustment because it can't read your input. It becomes this whole big ass thing. So
it's frustrating. Very
frustrating. It's not a fun experience, to say the least. It's very rough. So that takes care of the driving. We'll come back to the driving in a second. Let's move on to the beatdown stuff. So the beatdown stuff looks very nice. It looks flashy, looks kind of fancy, being on Unreal Engine 5. But the game frequently drops inputs. So when you're attacking, you'll hit the attack button and nothing will happen, particularly with heavy attacks. Heavy attacks just, quite frankly, don't seem to work in this game hardly at all. You have to be very far away from the enemy, launch a heavy attack, and hope the guy comes up to your range in order to hit him. It's basically pointless to try to use them if you're getting rushed at this point. So that's terrible. And that's, again, probably tied to performance issues. It just can't pick. It's not picking up when shit's hitting the fan and your CPU's wanting to explode. On top of that, this game is a very Arkham Asylum, early Assassin's Creed style combat system. However, what's up, Roscoe? There's no lock-on feature, which isn't the worst idea, but this game does a terrible job of target selection, and you can't change it. It selects targets for you. So you'll find out frequently that you'll go into an encounter, you'll beat the Christ out of the first guy, and then he'll get into this state where he's staggered. In this stagger, you can click the stick in and do a takedown, basically. However, what'll happen in the majority of those cases is you'll get him stunned, and then you'll get rushed from someone else, and it'll auto target the other guy, and you can't do anything to target the guy that's staggered. So we talked about this when we talked about it initially. It's probably proximity based, but even if you you'll notice it in the footage, fingers crossed, that it stays up. I have moments in here where I'm fighting these gang members, and I got a guy stunned, and I'm fucking walking I'm like banging into him, trying to get the game to tab over to the dude so I can perform a takedown. Just won't happen. So it's almost like they go into stagger stance, and unless you hit it right away, they become invulnerable until they become unstuck. It's very gross. So it doesn't feel right. So there's clearly something wrong with that needs to be adjusted. And then to go back to the vehicle combat, the AI is abysmally bad in this game. It's one of the most. It's just, I don't know what else to say about it. You basically, there's a specific section in the footage where, this happens all the time. I could pull from any section of footage from this game. But I took down a vehicle I was chasing. Their car blew up and it got stuck in the middle of the road. So their buddy comes up that I was chasing. And he just, the car is on the left lane. So there's room on the right-hand side that the guy could go around. But he doesn't. He just goes up to the debris and stops and doesn't move. So you would think that I could hop out of my car, go over to his car, pull him out of the car, and use the hand-to-hand combat that they've clearly worked hard on. But you can't pull them out of the car. You can't do anything of the sort. You have no option. The only option you have is to destroy that vehicle. So I got to hop back in the car, put it in reverse, pull forward as fast as you can, using nitrous, ass pack the car in front. Hopefully it blows it up. In my case, I didn't blow it up in one try, so I had to do it again, which is just embarrassingly crunchy feeling. And there's just nothing you could do about it. And that's all of the chase sequences. I mean, I was trying to get good footage with what I presented for the podcast and what I presented with the video that I made. And the footage that I got was a car getting stuck on debris, and then 2 cars on the highway that I was chasing. I took out one of their guys that, again, got stuck in the road, and these 2 cars stopped right in the middle of the highway. So now both of my guys are sitting in a standstill. So I had to back up, ass pack the dude through the debris, and then finally I broke the flow of traffic so things could continue to move forward.
And then they drove off?
Yeah, after I pushed the debris out of the way, they finally moved, and then I ended up taking the second car out, and the third car stopped right behind him, and then I just T-boned him. It was just like, you have to have a solution for that. That feels terrible when you're playing and you're dealing with that. It just does not, it's just not great. So here's the thing with this. Okay. I have a few comments I'll go over quickly from our community. So shout out to you guys leaving some comments. I'm not going to be able to probably say too much about these, but I do want to give you guys your time in the spotlight for taking the time out of your day to leave us a comment.
Sure. We love it.
Jason Steele says, just played this tonight. It can look visually stunning in places, but there's a look of jank. Wish they had a bigger budget. Completely agree. I mentioned that as well. It has moments, but it also has very bad moments. Hamfist Man 6267. I'm still happy to see this game has been a giant void where gritty adult themed games should be. I agree with that to an extent, but the game has to run first. So let's get to that point first. But yes, I agree that this game is nice that it is out. Hopefully it gets improved. Andrew Robinson 3758 says, you shouldn't have to sit there and tinker with settings for 2 hours just to get it stable. That's definitely on the devs. I agree with that as well. So thank you guys so much for your community community interactions. That's a great look for the show. Anyways, it's very disappointing to me. I don't know what to say. It's to the point where, the bones of this game are solid enough. It basically is kind of a criminal sandbox game that I would be into with the systems that are here if they worked, right? If things were just bare minimum. If I could get it to work at 60 FPS and run smoothly from start of session to end of session, that would be great. I would probably play it despite the many flaws this game clearly has. And yes, you can say this game released at a budget price. It's not $60, but the game, or 70 or whatever, but the game still has to be performant. Yeah. That's all I'm asking for.
Right.
So right now,
regardless of what price you pay for it.
Exactly. It could be $5 and I'd be saying the same thing. So the game is cool, but it's backburnered big time for me. It's on my wall of shame until some patches come through for this to hopefully improve that performance. Once I see that, I will dive back in because I do enjoy it, but very bad first impression is kind of what I'm going to leave this off with.
So minus the obvious gameplay things that you can't really fix without a lot of work, like taking people out of the car. If it was optimized better, you think that's one of the biggest things. Like
100%.
If it was just able to,
100%.
Then it would be a decent game.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would be griping. I'd have my the grapes would remain the same that I talked about. I mean, there's no excuse to have a combat game where you can't pull a guy out and beat his ass up if his AI is bad enough to the point where he's going to have to come to a standstill and there's nothing you can do but reverse and fucking, it's got to be the crunchiest, disgustingest fucking feeling. You know what I mean? It's like nothing's flowing together. So yeah, that would still be a negative downturn, but I would be playing the game still if it ran.
Right.
Right. I would be like, yeah, this is a budget game, they need to work on their AI big time here.
That kind of stuff
but
too. Yeah,
I would,
for sure.
but I would still be playing it for sure if it would run, but it just doesn't. So that is the key thing.
Is there a day-night cycle, or is it just either day or night?
Great question. So you start every day at noon. Each mission requires or takes a certain amount of action points. Start the game with 6 action points, 2 at noon, 2 in the evening, and 2 at night. So you select the mission depending on the amount of action points available. You can get 3 missions in a day. Some missions take 3 AP, and if you only have 6, you can get 2 missions in. Pretty self-explanatory. But you do a mission at noon, it transitions to evening. Do a mission in the evening, transitions to night. Do a mission at night. You run out of AP, and then you go back to your safe house and rest. So every day is the same. You go out, you do a mission or 3 or 2 or whatever you can do, and then you go back to your safe house, rest, wake up the next day, so on and so forth. And then what happens as the progression goes, you're earning money throughout these jobs that you're doing, and the Missouri or the Kansas City gang or whatever will take $3,000 every day. So as long as you have $3,000 in your account at the end of the day, you'll cover their thing. But if you die during the day, you lose all your money. So you go broke. And then you can't make your payment that day. And then what that typically happens with that is they send collectors to you, and they'll be standing outside of your car when you go to get it, and you got to fight off some dudes.
Oh.
Sometimes.
Interesting. Okay.
If the system works the way it's supposed to.
Right. Is there another like open world game that you could compare like size wise of like the city? I know you said it's not like overly big. I'm just trying to think.
It's pretty small. And again, I played 2.5 hours. So I haven't really spent everywhere. If I was to say this game reminds me a lot of the original Driver.
Oh,
I would say the original Driver map.
Okay.
Which is
oh god, I'm trying to think.
It's really not that big.
Not that big.
It's dense. Like there's a lot of these there's a lot of these back alleys and stuff that you can go down and stuff, but it's not that big. And unfortunately, I don't have any footage of me opening the mini map. But even if you look at the mini map, it's not.
It's not real.
It's not real big.
Right. And I saw like the highway shot. You're driving down, and you can see like the big skyscrapers and stuff in the background. Is that like a backdrop, or can you go there?
So, rumor has that this game was supposed to be much bigger, but they had to scale it down significantly to get it out. So I imagine that is probably rendered over there, and they'll probably just work it in as some DLC in the future. But essentially they scaled the game down, so they wanted it to be bigger than what it is right now. But that just means they can go there later on with DLC or whatever they need to.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that until the game's fucking fixed.
Oh, right.
But there's potential. This game has a ton of potential. I mean, I see the potential. I like the bones. I like the structure, even though it's very basic. I like what is here.
What
needs,
they wanted to do.
Yeah, it just needs much work. It needs a lot of work. If you want a game like this right now and you haven't played a lot of these games, go play Sleeping Dogs. You will not be disappointed. Sleeping Dogs is awesome. So go play that. Look, here's the footage where I'm talking about. I got that guy stuck in the middle of the road, and here come these 2 fucking scallywags, and they just, I guess we're done here.
Just stop.
Okay. Anyway.
This is all the farther we can go.
Yeah. Shit. So Samson, I would recommend not checking it out right now. I would wait for more patches to come out. Unless you have
only on PC.
Only
so
on
far,
PC,
right?
correct.
Okay.
You don't want this shit on anything else until it gets cleaned up. I promise. Let it be worked on a little bit. Throw it on your wish list. Keep eyeballs on it. It's got enough to be interesting to look at, but it just needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
Makes me sad, but it is the truth.
Yeah, I know you're looking forward to this one.
Not as much. I wasn't as disappointed as Chris Soul. I've learned. Okay, I've learned some lessons. I kind of expected. Well, yeah, I don't know what I expected. I'm pissed about it. Anyways,
clearly.
We'll move on to the next game as soon as I get the video fixed. All right, Jason, take it away.
All right, so I'm taking it back a few years with this one, or many years if you want to go back to the 2012 original. But I have been jumping back into Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning, which is a kind of a remaster of the 2012 Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning, which I played a ton of back on the 360. I would almost consider it a hidden gem. It just didn't it reviewed well, but it just didn't have the sales. It didn't people weren't talking about it. So, but I loved it. I loved it then and I still love it now. It's definitely starting to show its age, a little bit. Even, some of the gameplay elements are pretty generic, but I don't care. I think it's fun. I think the world's fun. I think the characters are fun and the combat is still very fun. So it is definitely like a hack and slash action RPG. It is very RPG heavy though. There is a lot of different leveling systems and tons of loot, tons of weapons, tons of armor pieces, gems to socket into your weapons. All that kind of stuff is here and present. So this there's kind of a cool kind of backstory to this a little bit. It's the writer, so the guy who wrote like the story for this, his name is R.A. Salvatore. He is a pretty well-known author in the fantasy book series. If that's your lane, you'd recognize that name. So he did the whole story for this, and he is big on like lore. I mean, this is a standalone game. This is a one game, this Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and you would think that this is a series that's been running for years. The amount of stuff that's in here, the books that you read, the people that you talk to, they've got stories of the past and all this stuff. And I'm like, Jesus, man, there's a lot. It's dense, with storytelling and honestly even dense in the world. I mean, it's a big game. Especially back, for 2012. The map is the same as it was back then, and it's large. I mean, it's semi-open world, in a sense that it's just basically giant like zones or areas, and they're all interconnected with just these like paths that you walk down to get from one to the other. And I would assume it has something to do with like loading, like it's loading in the next zone, so it doesn't have to like probably made it run better at the time. But the cool thing is like they kind of disguise these paths like with little things off to the side. There's little things that you can find, and a lot of times there's like foliage, so it doesn't feel like I got to run through this tunnel to get to the next zone. I mean, it kind of flows pretty well, and it doesn't actually have loading screens in between, which is pretty nice. The only time you see loading is like when you go into caves or dungeons or like interior buildings and stuff like that. But yeah, the game is just it's huge. And it seems very long as well. Back when I played this originally on the 360, I mean, I probably had 90 hours in this, and there was huge sections of the map I hadn't even seen. Only touched one of the two DLCs that came out back in the day. And the cool thing about this Re-Reckoning is, on top of it being like a remaster, is it comes with both of the large DLC packs that were introduced back in the 2012 version. So to back up just a second, I had mentioned that R.A. Salvatore did the writing. Todd McFarlane of Spawn fame did like the character designs and stuff for this. So they are pretty unique. It's pretty well done. So yeah, and then the other cool thing is you're not tied to a particular class. It's not like you have to pick a class at the beginning and you're stuck with that throughout the course of the game. There are kind of three main classes, which are the warrior, the rogue, and the mage. And then they do kind of branch off, a little bit from that. There's like this card system where like even if you want to go down the warrior path, you can still pick different kind of versions of a warrior with these cards. Basically one warrior might have more HP. One might have a little bit more damage output, and they're all named. It goes right back into the lore stuff. They're all named after like these apparently well-known warriors and rogues of this very deeply lore-filled world. But it's cool. It kind of makes the game feel like even bigger than it is with all this stuff that's going on in the background. But yeah, it's very old school. Like if you hadn't heard of this and you're like, oh, that kind of sounds interesting, and you want to check it out, and you're like maybe a little bit younger of a gamer, you might be like, this looks old as shit, and it kind of can. I mean, but the gameplay is still fun. Oh yeah, if you're watching the video version, you also have this reckoning mode that you can go into. There's a bar that fills up, and once it maxes out, you can go into this reckoning mode. It kind of slows down time. All of your attacks are much stronger, and then you can finish a fight with this like finishing move on the last guy that's alive, and it's this little like quick time thing, and it kind of does this almost fatality looking thing, and then a bunch more experience pops out of them after that as well. So yeah, just a fun, run around and beat stuff up type of open world RPG, action RPG. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a hidden gem. This is a game that did not sell extraordinarily well, but it has a cult following. So very cool that they remade it. They didn't remake it. I don't even
remastered it. Yeah,
facelifted it slightly. But
yeah,
it's a good blast from the past. It's a good one to visit if you are looking for that sort of thing. Just know that going in. You're getting a PS3 era action RPG, and this genre is really not around anymore. So it's almost unique now. It wasn't unique then, but it is kind of unique now.
Yeah.
And these games are cool. It reminds me a lot from the combat here to Fable. I mentioned that earlier, like Fable 2, Fable 3 in particular, that I played the hell out of Fable 2. And it just gives me Fable combat vibes.
Absolutely. Yep.
Like the text and the health bars and stuff like that.
Yep.
Don't look
even
at
the characters.
Yeah.
Kind of look Fable-ish too.
Yeah. So I would say, definitely consider checking this one out. Just know what you're going into. Know that you're going into kind of a older style built game than what you may expect from today's day and age.
Well, and even this as a remaster, this is still 6 years old at this point. It came out in 2020. So I mean it's definitely getting up there in age. So
correct. Yeah. And you're playing on the Switch too.
Yeah, I am playing on the Switch 2. So there's not like a Switch 2 version. So it's just the Switch 1 version playing on the Switch 2. And I do have to say, if that's your platform and this looks interesting, the skybox is broken on the Switch 2 version. It is not on the Switch 1. Just so you know. So like if you still just are playing on your Switch 1, this game runs fine and the skybox is not broken. But it is definitely broken in the Switch 2. And like Cam mentioned earlier, I'm probably the only one still playing this game. So I doubt they're going to have any fixes or anything. I think it's just stuck that way. And it just has something to do with the different hardware. It, most games they say work fine, but this one just, and when I mean the skybox is basically like the sky itself, like the distant background of like, the clouds or the whatever is up in the sky. It basically takes the image of whatever's around it, and as you move the camera, it basically just kind of morphs everything, back and forth however many times you move the camera around. So not not a huge deal. There is a lot of like foliage, big trees and stuff that kind of block a lot of that in this. There's a lot of like interior areas, dungeons and stuff like that. It's those aren't affected by this, but the big outdoor open, and there's like a desert area that you go into, which is obviously more noticeable there because there's not big trees to block it. But yeah, just know that I tried to not show that a whole lot in the footage, but
did a good job.
Yeah,
but, yeah, it's just it's a nice, if Kingdoms of Amalur was made today, it'd be a Souls-like. So,
oh, for sure.
It's just nice.
You just don't see a lot of these.
You don't see a lot of them at all. I think Immortals Phoenix Rising might have been the last one. That was some.
It's true.
Even that one might have been a little Souls-likey. I didn't play it. You played it
at times. Yeah, I played a lot of that. That definitely follows a little bit more like the Zelda format. But
oh yeah, that's right. It does.
Yeah.
So, interesting one to check out. Just know it's just very important that you know what you get. You know what you're going into.
Yep.
Do you see yourself actually beating this at some point? I mean, I know that you said this is one you just pop in and out of.
I'd like to. It's been a long time since I even popped back into this. This is like literally like last week. I was like, I'm going to try it again. I don't know. Maybe. I think I probably have like 40 hours in this, like throughout the course of like on the Switch and even playing on the Switch too. It's just so big. There's just so much to. Maybe if I actually like just mainlined the story, but I can't play games like that, man. It's just there's side quests scattered everywhere in this, and it's just so hard to see those bright yellow exclamation points on the map and not go, I gotta check it out.
That's my problem too. I feel that.
Yep.
All right. That's Kingdoms of Amalur. $39.99 frequently goes on sale. I know that seems stiff for this type of game, but
I
think it seems stiff for it, but I guess there's a lot of game.
It does. There's a lot of game here, but it with its age at this point, that seems like a steep price. But I think THQ was the publisher of this, and they're still making games, right?
I think not. I think
no.
Not.
Think they're done. I don't know. Well, someone's still in charge of like putting this game on sale because I do see it on sale a lot. So
I think
put it on your wish list, and
I think they are. Nope, they went bankrupt in 2012.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
This game broke
money off of it. Yeah, somebody's
came out in 2012.
Yes, this was also if you're really old like us, the Kurt Schilling game, if you remember from back in the day. Maybe he's the one that's getting the money from it still. Kurt Schilling.
Yeah, maybe.
Shoutout, Kurt Schilling. Baseball player, developed the studio. Didn't do anything with the game, I'm sure. Just funded the studio. Anyway, yeah. Check it out if you want to, for sure. Moving on from there, couple updates for y'all. Excuse me. Couple updates for you guys. So, Jesus Christ, I'm about to choke up and die over here. It's been a weird.
Don't do that.
So, updates for me. Dispatch. I just want to touch on this briefly because I love Dispatch. I think Dispatch is a ton of fun. I rolled credits on it finally, and I was, basically I just, to beat around the bush, without spoiling things for Jason, I think it's one of the best ways to spend $30 if you're a big gamer. I think it's well worth that price.
Damn.
The game is short, 6 hours long for me to get through the story, but I love it so much I'll probably do 1 to 2 more playthroughs of this game. I just really enjoy the story. It's fantastically written. It's great. I mean, it's fantastically voice acted. In particular, I think Alana Pierce does a fantastic job as Malevola in this game. She is not playing a main character in this game, but when she is on screen with Malevola, she kind of blossoms outside of her side character status, and she kind of overtook those scenes, and I really enjoyed that. The story is really fun, really good. The only complaint that I have after rolling credits was that I believed it was too short, just simply because I would have liked to have spent more time in the world with these characters.
Wanted more.
I wanted more, and that's very odd for me. But I definitely wanted more from this. And there's rumors of season 2 coming. It's not confirmed. But I'm assuming this game did very well, other than as of recent with the Switch release being censored and things. I mean, that was a whole debacle. But but this game did very, very well. I'm excited to see what comes for this franchise, for this game going forward, and I believe they will have something to follow up. And I think it'll be worth it.
Didn't Aaron Paul voice the
main character? Robert Robertson III. Yeah, Aaron Paul.
Yeah, what a name.
Interesting. What a name. What a game. Jason needs to play this one. I will. Been telling him he needs to get on that.
I'll add it to my massive backlog.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so that's Dispatch. I love that game. I think I talked about it more the first time, but it's now 11 o'clock, and I still have to edit this and get it out for tomorrow. So we're fucking dippling. All right, next up, Screamer. Now, this is the third week in a row I've talked about Screamer, and basically my arch with Screamer has been very high. The first time I talked about it was going through the story, loving every second of it. Couldn't recommend a game more in my life. If my life depended on it, unless the name of the game is Claire Obscure Expedition 33, but we'll leave that for later.
A different topic.
So really high on the game, and then I came back the next week and did a little update on it. Talked about I beat the story. Story was fantastic, but there's really not a lot of in-game content in this game. The multiplayer was there, but there's only one mode. It's pretty flat. Not too much going on there. So I was kind of left in a weird position where I wanted to play more Screamer, but I didn't have anything to play because the multiplayer wasn't doing it for me. And I'm certainly not about to start the story over again and play through 76 missions of the game again. It's just not.
Nope.
It's not going to happen, especially in this game as well, because the story is basically the tutorial. It's giving you your legs for the game. So to have everything unlocked for the last couple missions and then go back to having nothing unlocked is just pain and misery. I wasn't going to do that. So I was browsing Reddit, been spending some time on Reddit. You can follow me on Reddit, Spawn Point Network. Anyways, I was going on there. I went in the Screamer Discord, and this guy named Zaysan, I clarified. I messaged him on Reddit. That is his name, Zaysan. Created this really fucking awesome thing that I have to showcase. I will have a link down in the description to Zaysan's TikTok, so you can go follow his TikTok page. And then obviously I'll put a link down below for this thing that I'm about to show you here. It works. Holy shit, it works. So what we have here is ScreamerCM, Screamer Career Mode, Career Management Companion. So Zaysan has basically made his own game mode for Screamer because he and I and a lot of other people are not have not been able to get over the fact of the lack of stuff to do after you beat the story. So he just said, fuck it, I'm going to make a whole ass mode on this website. So he's created this entire game mode. So you do have to go in and play through the game, and you basically set it up through arcade races or just quick races. But you go in here, you can start a career, you select your character, and you build these teams up. And then you'll do like an arcade race. And then you'll input the race statistics, so you have to kind of look at the scoreboard at the end. But then you input all the statistics in here, which he's got laid out very simply. You can just click on icons and drag them and put them in the positions that they need to be in and stuff. It's very well organized and easy to use. But as you do that, this app that he created will track it. So you can basically do an entire career mode through this app. And yes, it's an offline thing and it's only available on desktop right now, but for someone to go out of their way and take the time to build this whole thing just so that way people can get more out of the game that we all really, really like, but is unfortunately going to end up being a flop, because this is what's happening is this game is selling decently, but everybody's running into the same wall that we are. You know, you finish the story, you go into multiplayer, you realize the multiplayer is pretty shallow at best. You don't get any unlocks. There's no dopamine hits for winning. Even if you win in a multiplayer race on Screamer, you get no fanfare. It's just like, on to the next one. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So it's really rough in the end. So obviously the game is hemorrhaging players now because everybody's done with it. You do the campaign and you're pretty much done. So I just wanted to take some time to shout out Zaysan, ScreamerCM.pages.dev. Head over there if you like Screamer. I mean, the whole game mode right here, I think it's absolutely phenomenal that he went through all of this effort. I mean, there's trophies in here. You unlock like achievement. He's done all of this stuff. It's really, really impressive. So thanks so much, Zaysan, for allowing me to talk about it. I appreciate you getting back to me on Reddit as well, just because I didn't want to butcher your name, or I didn't want to, if it was like Asyan, because Asyan, I didn't want to just be calling him an Asian if he wasn't an Asian, but he gave me permission. Everything's good. But check this out. Cool. Links will be down in the description. Jason, what do you got to follow up on?
So I'm going to follow up a little bit on Kana. So I rolled credits on Kana Bridge of Spirits, finally. And Cam was not joking about that final boss encounter. Oh boy. I've mentioned in past episodes, I don't really usually jump into Souls-like type games because of the difficulty. But man, I powered through this one and did not change the difficulty, which I can't believe I didn't. I didn't want to even try because I didn't know what it would do.
Yeah.
Like if you had to reset, I just was like, nope, I'm just gonna do it. But yeah, you basically have to take on this final spirit that you're trying to release into the spirit world, and you initially fight him in his like human-ish form, and you defeat him like that. And I was thinking, okay, it had its tough moments. You know, he's got these like combo swipes and stuff at you that like just keep going, and you just got to keep dodging and moving around him.
Spoiler alert incoming.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, we're good.
We're gonna.
We're spoiling it. This
So
game's 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so yeah, I mean, he was challenging, but not as bad as I was thinking. And
I'd been hyping up the final boss, so you.
Yeah, I knew that.
I kind of ruined the plot.
Well, plus throughout the game, especially more towards the later half, you get glimpses of this like creature. Like Kana looks up and she sees this big ass thing like move real quick, and then they just kind of leave it alone. So I'm like, all right, there's something else going on. Well, essentially, yeah, there is something else going on. There's this massive creature that's like kind of at the heart of this game, and you basically have to take on this massive creature. And the reason that you're doing that is because this guy that you just defeated pissed off this creature. You know, this creature was like doing something to the world, and it was the other character outside of Kana is like, well, it's just natural. It's part of nature or whatever. Just leave it be. This guy couldn't handle that, so he like tried to kill this beast, and then he fucked up everything basically. So then you have to basically go into fighting this beast, and boy, he's massive, takes up a huge portion of the screen. It's harder to dodge around him. But the worst part is you lose your ability to control the rots, those little creatures that give you extra powers. He basically steals them away from you. So I was like, oh boy, this is going to be tough, because I relied on those a lot throughout, the course of the game. They just make you more powerful. So that was tough. But I did get him down to about, 75% of his health. And then it transitions to like these other I don't remember. Does he disappear? Does he jump off screen or something? I can't remember what.
God damn, bro! Like how you beat this on bitch.
I know I did. I just beat it today.
It just fades. It just fades, and then you wake up in the portal area.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so then you jump through these portals. There's like another encounter with just like mobs, just like the regular characters you're fighting throughout the game. You take those out. You fight the guy again, which it's even harder because now you're dealing with him and these mobs. Yep. So took him down that point. I don't know if it's like half health or something along those lines. and then the transition happens again. You go through the portal, and then there's like this platforming challenge, I guess. There's this, you have to jump through these certain things to get to the next portal, which then you get through, and you got to fight the guy again. You fight him for the final time, and this time it's different. You're not actual physical damage didn't seem to do anything. What you're targeting in his final stage is these spears that the guy that you fought at the beginning of this stabbed into this creature, you know, I don't know if it was a long time ago or whatever. So you are basically pulling these spears out of him using the rots that you got back. So after each stage of this guy, you get some of your rots back. So essentially you're using your rots to pull these spears out. Once you pull all 3 of them out, you basically defeated the boss. And holy shit, it was tough. And you can't heal.
Correct.
Till like the end. You know, you have these like flowers that you can send your rods to, and it gives you some of your health back. You can't do that to the end. So God, there was so many points that I was like, one more hit, and I'm done. And it did happen a few times, but finally got him. So yeah.
And I told Jason, I said, you know, that final boss is damn close to, you know, a mid to semi-challenging Souls boss. I mean, it is that hard. And a lot of what I struggled with, it was you cannot heal till the third phase. So you have to go through the first encounter with the mega boss, a portal, and a wave of enemies, through another portal, a mini boss plus mobs, the portal, the second big encounter with the main boss with all the mobs. Then you go through a portal, platforming section, and finally then you can heal. So it's like there's this long segment where you have to conserve heals big time, and it's not like it's easy during that. They're throwing shit at you all the time. So it's
also not like this game. This game doesn't have like health items. You can't like drink a health potion. There is none of that in this game. You rely on these particular flowers that kind of grow up on the sides, and you use the rot to refill your health with those. So yeah, it was tough.
It was hard. It's a hard boss. To get through that deserves some kudos. So nice job, dude. I love that. The game was very good. Both Jason and I both really like kind of in my top 10. For now, it's in my top 10 of 2026. Let's just put it that way. It's still April.
Mine too.
There's plenty of time, but
sure is.
I would not be surprised to see this one catch the list at the end of the year. And again, Jason and I's top 10 of the year podcast that we'll do will be not games from 2026, and even though some will make appearances, it's going to be
they will.
From everything. It's going to be from all generations. Okay, so that covers the gaming discussion. So we have to cover 2 news topics very briefly that got corrupt. And then after that, it will be the original recording for all of you, in case you were wondering. So you might see a change. You won't
notice a difference.
Well, you might, because you might see a change of pace, because we just ripped through that. It's going to slow down here as we get past the first 2 articles. But stick with us, guys. Quick break. We'll be right back with you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Spawn Point Podcast. We just went through our gaming discussion, and now we're moving on to the news. And first one I got's a little goofy. So Epic is set to release an Arc Raiders-like extraction shooter with Disney characters. So, yeah, sure. So, as reported by Bloomberg, the Fortnite maker is working with Disney to develop a shooting game along the lines of Embark Studios' Arc Raiders, but with Disney characters battling enemies until they can reach an extraction point. So, Yeah, Bloomberg claimed that the sources close to the development believe that the gameplay mechanics lack originality, which,
No, you
surprise,
don't
surprise,
fucking say.
you don't say. But some of the employees are optimistic that Epic will get it right with the launch date. So, yeah, Walt Disney Company acquired a 1.5 billion US stake in Epic Games back in 2024, launching a multi-year partnership to create expansive and open games and environments and entertainment universe connected to Fortnite. And I mentioned the first time that we did this, like we talked about, I don't know if it was last week, the week before, Fortnite's kind of on a little bit of a downswing. So I think this is Epic's way of saying, hey, Arc Raiders is doing great.
Mhm.
Let's try to capture some of that momentum and just make a new game, hoping that it will capture the Fortnite fame, which it will not.
No, it absolutely will not. But here,
No.
what they're seeing is a market for an extraction shooter to be marketed to kids. That's what they see as their entryway for this. So I hate this. I fucking hate extraction shooters. I've talked about this a billion times. I think it's a horrendously paced game unless you're a content like a streamer, not a content creator. Unless you're a fucking streamer, this game, the whole pacing of extraction shooters and battle royales is not fun. It's very boring. I don't feel the tension. It's just kind of it's butt cheeks to me. I much prefer multiplayer competitive 6v6 matches that are actually entertaining for someone instead of having you be forced to read a chat while you're just wandering and picking up items to throw in your storage in your backpack to sell to the fucking trader to fucking not stupid. If I'm playing a shooter, I want to shoot stuff. So anyways,
I
don't like it. That's my take on that.
Yeah, I just think it's bizarre, but
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it's probably going to feel just like Fortnite. I mean, it's literally just going to be like extension mode to Fortnite.
Yes, and you can play modes similar to this in Fortnite. Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Very fucking bizarre.
Anyway.
Moving on from there. Avalanche co-founder says his studio's first game, Samson, has unacceptable bugs following a rough launch, to say the least. So a couple things from Christopher Sundberg, formerly the Just Cause creative director, by the way, as a co-owner of this studio. So there's some pedigree behind the studio. He says, we've been having a lot of fun watching folks have fun with the game, and we released a game with flaws for a number of reasons. He did not explain further as to what those reasons were.
We can guess.
We can guess. Oh, we can guess it. We can just say the quiet part out loud. They probably ran out of money. So I needed to get this out to get players money. Gross. But I guess I would rather have it out in a shit state than not at all. But I would almost prefer that they just tell us what the hell happened. I would be much more lenient if that was the case. Early impressions are mixed, and many of you are experiencing game-breaking bugs and performance issues. That's unacceptable. I said that in my review. Bomb Point Network. Check it out.
Yes, you did.
And we are listening to everyone's feedback and are hard at work to deliver the game we spent years of our lives developing. Launching a game is a ton of work, and I'm proud of the effort our team has put into seeing Samson from its initial concept through release. Sundberg also says that the game will grow over time on all fronts, quality gameplay and content, and that Liquid Swords will continue to keep their ears to the ground and improve the game with your support. So here's yes, this game needs help. I will be all over it once it gets the help that it gets. I'm a guy that likes transparency. I tell you, when the show's going to be of less quality because we had to re-record it twice, 2 weeks in a fucking row, I tell you to your face. And I am not, at the first time, last week it was my fault. This time, technically, also my fault. It's never Jason's fault. But
it's the computer.
Something fucking happened, and I proved it to Jason this time, so I'm not.
Oh, he did.
So it is what it is. Either way, this game It's currently sitting at a 48 on Metacritic, which is abysmally low, and Steam reviews are currently mixed with a 53% positive rating. So, it's good because they are sticking with the project, at least in terms of words. They did release an update the day after the game came out that did address some of the performance issues. I did go in after the first patch, didn't do enough for me, but they're doing stuff. And the patch notes they released were all in fucking like code speak. I couldn't fucking make heads or tails of what the fuck I was reading. I had Devin send me the patch notes. I couldn't understand it, but I checked it out. Still not there for me. But, you know, I would love to see them come out with a post saying why they released it early. Like, why is, like, this...
Yeah.
We can't continue to let this be the way that gaming works.
Games are released. Yeah.
I mean, it's very bad from a consumer standpoint. I understand if they needed the money for the studio to get the game out. Like I said, I would much rather have it out than not at all. But you got to give us a product that fucking works. I mean, you didn't say when you released the game, this game's going to run like ass. Like, nobody knew that, you know? So, like, it's just not a good look. So, there's not going to be a lot of people like me that are understanding enough to revisit the game later. They're going to get burned immediately. Say, it's $25. Fuck it, dude. I'll play fucking...
Yep. I'm done.
Replaced on Tuesday or whatever, you know? Yep. So anyways, tough stuff, but I'm glad they're going to continue to work on it. We'll see what goes from there, but that's kind of all I want to say on that. Got one thing from PlayStation. Put this in here for your brother, Punktree. PlayStation is letting one player win the chance to be scanned and appear in GT7 in its new player-based program. So basically, you can go on to PlayStation's website, log in with your PlayStation ID, fill out a survey. They're going to pick one lucky winner, fly them out to PlayStation, scan their body, and put them into Gran Turismo 7 as a NPC, and then that NPC model will be used in other PlayStation games.
I am going to forward this article to my brother right now.
Yep, because you know, he can be his own character himself if he goes and fills out.
The only game he plays.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I ain't doing it, but, you know, you can if you want to.
He may be like, that's cool, but no.
Yeah.
I want to be in the game.
Yeah, I don't need to give. I don't even know what questions the survey's asking. It might get a little fucky. I don't know how I feel about giving PlayStation all your stuff anyways, but I added it in here because, well, there ain't no PlayStation news, and this is as good as we could come up with.
Yeah.
Moving on from PlayStation.
Okay. Let's move on to some Xbox stuff. Just a couple smaller articles here on the Xbox front. The first one up is Xbox is finally updating its achievement system in 3 big ways. So it has been quite a long time since Xbox has updated its achievements in any meaningful way at all, but it sounds like there's some cool changes coming. So this article says that the achievements have largely remained the same since they were released back in 2013, but Xbox is bringing some small but meaningful visual changes to its beloved gameplay reward system. So they debuted back on the 360 in 2005. Let's see. I just want to get to where it actually talks about what is going to happen. Okay. So, first one up, Xbox users can hide and highlight games on their profiles. So, Xbox gamers who have earned 100% completion in a game will find that game automatically highlighted with an extra dash of color in their Xbox profiles. Much like the 360 achievements, which provided players a separate list displaying all their 100% games. This new achievement update adds a new filter option to gamers' profiles so they can see all their 100% completions on a single list. So, pretty cool.
Yep.
They really go into detail on some of these things. Let's see. What was the next one?
Back up at the top, they did some visual upgrades.
Yeah. Oh my God, these ads are driving me nuts.
That's all right. They're updating the look of achievement pops as well. There's a little flare at the bottom. It changes the trophy to a gem. Just looks a little bit cleaner as you're seeing a little bit of screenshot snippets from Super Meat Boy 3D.
Yeah.
Are you a big achievement hunter guy? You ever been? I was too for a period. I've gone through phases.
I definitely was. Do you know what yours is at now?
My gamer score is at 86,000.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely was for a while. I didn't go like, I mean, some of the players got pretty ridiculous and would literally find like the easiest.
Oh yeah, I never. That's a legit 86,000. I didn't fucking
right.
buy
And mine is a legit. I did not go. I would just if there was a game that I was enjoying, and there was some achievable achievements in there, I would definitely go for them. But I wasn't going out of my way to.
Overshot 80,746.
That makes me wonder. Let me see what mine is.
Oh, and I 100% platinum trophied Asphalt Legends. Thank you very much.
Look at you go.
Asphalt Legends rules, dude.
I'm at 101, 181.
Yeah, but you're cheating. You still play Xbox. This is fucking unfair. Advantage. How many fucking platinums do you have? How many platinum trophies on PlayStation?
I got fucking 0, all right?
I got 3, and 2 of them are freebies because it's Astro's Playroom and Astrobot, which are like, if you don't platinum them, you're not playing the game. Anyways, I've gone through phases.
I'm not hunting like I used to be, but it's still kind of satisfying when that thing pops up, you know.
In 2005, when that thing popped up, that was like dopamine smash. You know what's funny, dude?
100%.
There was so many like early 360 games that didn't have achievement compatibility. So they had to be added after the fact. It's funny little nougat of knowledge.
Yep. I remember that.
Anyways, trophies.
I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. You'll just see a little bit more flair on your achievements.
Some people do be into that sort of thing. I have been in the past.
Yep.
What you got for us from the old Xbox?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I'm going to lose my mind with these fucking ads. It's completely covering my screen.
Fucking ads are worst.
I need to change my...
You can use Origin. Okay. Pretty decent.
Dude, it's doing it again.
I
literally can't see it. Oh, there we go.
Origin browser. We could use an advertisement from you.
Got it. Okay. So, we've touched on Fable, in the past. That's coming out supposedly this year. But anyway, upcoming Fable game delayed internally, it has been claimed. So, the upcoming Fable game from Xbox has reportedly been delayed internally, but that does not necessarily mean that the game won't release in 2026 like they originally planned. So, the Fable franchise has been a staple of Microsoft's early Xbox days. Finally, 25 years later, we're getting a new Fable game. However, a new claim suggests that the game may have been pushed back internally. Largely, this is because the team behind the upcoming release is concerned about the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6, as is every other developer out there. Sure. So, if they're pushing it to avoid the GTA 6 launch in November, they're either going to have to go to December or it's going to get pushed into 2027. So this is all reported, by the way. So I, take this with a grain of salt, but I don't know. It sounds like that's going to happen. So yeah, they just say apparently they're still trying to get it out this year, but they are worried about the launch of GTA 6. And so if it's getting delayed beyond the release of GTA 6, I basically just said all this, it could push it possibly in. I mean, they got 1 month.
Damn, dude, you're smart.
I'm so smart.
What is the actual, atomic bomb range of GTA 6? Like, how far forward and how far back is a dangerous death zone?
That's a great question, and I was thinking the exact same thing. I was thinking, what is the time frame before and after? Obviously, not as much before. It's definitely more so after, but also
I think it's before just as much. Honestly,
I think so.
I think most gamers buy 1 to 2 games a year, right? So if you're fucking releasing a big budget game
That's
I
true.
think at least there's at least a month before.
Very possible.
I think there's
I'm thinking in my ultimate gamer brain where I would buy a game 1 week before GTA 6, play it, hopefully get as far as I can, and then still get GTA 6 the next week. But that's our weird life.
Yeah.
So.
I think I think a month within, if you're releasing it's going to be indies, whenever this comes out, you're going to have indie releases, and then you're going to have GTA 6. And what? It's at least it's got to crush December sales too. It has to, at a minimum, crush December sales as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Because like I said, we've seen recently devs have bumped things forward to avoid big game releases. I don't think this is a possibility. And like you said, there's only a month after, so unless you release it like fucking Christmas time, you can still catch that 2026 deadline, but they might be better off moving it to 27.
Right. I mean,
the
they're
only
both
thing about fucking huge as well, so it's like...
Right. They're both massive games. I mean, the only thing about December would be, just Christmas sales, people buying it, as gifts and stuff. You could still get in on that a little bit, but you're still so close to GTA 6. I don't know. People are still going to be buying GTA 6 for Christmas gifts. So. And it also, another point is, it doesn't seem to matter what type of game it is that's affected by...
everything's getting out of the way.
GTA.
Everything is getting out of the way, yeah.
It's so bizarre. I mean, Fable couldn't be, farther from a GTA 6 style game, despite maybe the open world element of it, but a totally different game. And everyone's scared.
Rightfully so. I think it's rightfully
very
so.
Much rightfully so.
That's the biggest game release this decade, I would say. I mean, I think at this point, it's towering over the hype of GTA 5. I think easily. GTA 4 wasn't really beloved, and so I don't think it would. I think GTA 5 was anticipated. This game has got... I would fucking hate to be Rockstar. I'd be shitting my pants that game comes out and works, because that shit... People are waiting with bated breath for GTA 6.
I'm not too worried about it not releasing in a good state. They've already delayed it so many times.
Yeah.
Rockstar doesn't really put out anything that's not...
No, you're right.
But very well optimized.
Rockstar also makes...
This will be the first one.
Yeah, but Rockstar also makes all their money with online. GTA Online.
Yeah, GTA Online.
So how... This game's gonna have a good story. It has to have a good story.
It has to. It has to. It will.
Yeah. Oh, it will. It will.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, how long was GTA 5? Do you remember? 20 hours? Somewhere in that range?
No, at least somewhere. Yeah, probably around there.
25.
I have beat GTA 5 probably 4 times.
I think I only beat it once, and then I tried to do a live streaming series where I played modded GTA 5, where my chat could go in and fuck with the game when I was playing it, and didn't get very far because I was just getting obliterated.
Yeah,
that was the whole point. It was a fun stream, but
yeah. I don't know. I just loved the gameplay feel, the whole feel of GTA 5.
Doesn't feel great now, though. Honestly,
it's been a long time.
It doesn't. I've gone back to it. I mean, I just went back to it to do a couple things. I was trying to do a Race to a Million series, and I was playing it. I couldn't believe it. It has not aged well. So, well, it's fucking aged fine. I mean, that game's still ridiculous.
So old now.
Yeah, it's really old. It came out on 360.
Yes, on 360.
Yeah, it game's old as shit.
People are still playing it.
Oh yeah. Anyways, this is gonna be interesting to follow.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed like in the pub. I mean, they don't have to confirm shit, basically. They just gave a 2026 release window. So I wonder what their initial plan was. Well, they're saying it was
right.
Well, they're
I
saying
thought that too.
They're saying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I'm just thinking. I'm just trying to think because they were probably earlier than November, right?
Very possibly. I don't know.
But then that's how far early were they going to be?
Right.
To then start dodging it. I mean, they're both massive titles. I mean, I'm buying fucking GTA 6 day one. I can't not say that I'm not doing that. I'm definitely doing it.
Oh, I will be.
So, but we're psychopaths, so we'll buy Fable day one too, probably.
Yeah. But the GTA series is just so. I mean, it's some people's only game they get.
Yep. So it's gonna break the industry. It's gonna be fucking ridiculous when that game releases.
Yeah.
Just to sit. Thank God for digital, because I can tell you right now, it would be like the Switch release all over again, trying to get your hands on a copy of GTA 6.
No shit. That is another thing I like about digital, is you don't have to worry about fucking finding one in the store.
Fucking beating people up at GameStop at fucking 11:30 in pre-order line. Yeah. I kind of missed that though. That was kind of fun.
It was kind of fun. I did that quite a few times.
I remember doing the midnight launch of must have been Modern Warfare 2 in the mall at
Yep.
It was in Westdale Mall when Westdale Mall existed.
When it was actually a mall.
They actually brought I don't know if they were supposed to do this, but they brought a copy out of Modern Warfare 2 and had tournaments going on in the mall.
Probably not supposed to do that.
Yeah, probably not supposed to do that, but we were playing it early, waiting for our copies to come out. It was fun. Anyways, good times.
I definitely did it for the Halo games.
Good times.
Up until probably 3 or 4, but yeah.
Kids will never understand.
Nope.
Moving on from there, you know what time it is.
It's Nintendo time!
Hey-o.
Classic. All right. Couple news articles from Nintendo here. First one I got is Elden Ring on Switch 2 comes with a big asterisk attached. So, the pre-orders for Elden Ring on the Switch 2 have begun. However, there are 2 big elements that might stop fans from dropping cash right away. One element is that the Tarnished edition of Elden Ring appears to be a game keycard, which doesn't really bother me. I mean, there was a lot of hubbub about, the key cards. We've talked about this. It's the same thing as like a Xbox or PlayStation game. You buy the disc, you still put it in, and you got to install a bunch of shit. So that's the same thing with game key cards. But some people don't like it. So the other issue is that it is going to be an $80 game on the Switch 2. That's the one that I'm like, ish. So, I mean, Nintendo started this whole freaking $80 thing with Mario Kart World. So I guess they're just sticking with it. But why this one? I just
a hard sell. I didn't even release it.
And on top of that, what I've seen and heard about the Tarnished edition on Switch 2, at least so far, not really running the best. So I'm hoping that gets fixed. But let's say it doesn't, or it's not quite the optimal. It's obviously not going to be the optimal way to play this game by any means. But to spend $80 on a subpar version of Elden Ring seems a bit high.
I don't think it released at 80 on modern consoles.
No, it didn't. It did not.
It's gonna be a tough sell, brother.
$69.99 game.
It's gonna be a very tough sell.
I don't know if they're, because doesn't it have some
where the fuck is Duskbloods?
DLC? Right.
What are they doing here? They're gonna. I don't get it. What happened? Did that game get quietly canceled?
No. I actually did just. I mean, honestly, before we started, I saw a real quick article or something about Duskblood still making its way and getting better by the day or something like that. I should have popped that in here, but no, that's still going, and they're still planning on getting that out. So.
What? Why? Why cannibalize yourself?
Right.
I mean, you are directly cannibalizing yourself. It's fucking two
Yeah.
FromSoft games.
Yeah, 2 FromSoft games.
Unless
It's gonna put people off of Dustbloods.
I don't Elden Ring it.
I don't
I
know.
actually didn't like Elden Ring that much. That's a hot take. And I love Souls likes, and I didn't like it much.
It's not my type of game anyway. I don't think
It's about to be when you play Bloodborne.
Yeah, I know. We
Yeah.
were just talking, like, real quick, like, before we came back from break, that I should have mentioned something in the Arcana discussion about how, like, I got a little taste of that, like, that satisfaction when you finally take down, you know, a really tough boss that you've tried over and over. Like, I do feel it. So
Yeah.
I can kind of feel that Souls-like thing where it's like, usually if you die, it's because of something you did. So
Yep.
yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll check out Elden Ring.
Bloodborne's gonna
Not
hit
for
you like
$80 though.
fucking crack. It's gonna hit you like crack for sure. Elden Ring's cool. It's you know, open world Souls.
Yeah.
I would like to get back to it someday. Let's put it that way. It's on my backlog to revisit. I've restarted it many times. I have a save that's like pretty deep actually, but I kind of got lost, which I do in these types of. So, hold on. I think you put in here. Yeah, never mind. We're gonna talk about it at the end of the show. So we'll get into that in a second.
I've got a one of my good friends that lives in Dubuque. It was probably even last year, towards the end of last year. He had texted me like, you know, he's not like a big gamer. He plays stuff from time to time, and he texted me and he's like, man, I want to play something new. And I don't remember, he had 3 options that he sent me. He's like, I want to try one of these 3. And I wish I could remember what the other 2 was, but one of them was Elden Ring. So I just basically was like, do you know what a Souls-like is? You know, he kind of did. I'm like, okay, that's what Elden Ring is. It's going to be tough. If you're not like a big gamer, just, be advised. Well, anyway, he chose Elden Ring as the game that he picked up. And a couple days afterwards, I got a text being like, motherfucker, this game is kicking my ass.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm like, told you.
It's not an easy game. Yeah, I'd like to get back to it Sunday. Man, I've taken like a unintentional Souls-like hiatus. I like haven't played any in a while. So I'd like to get back to the franchise at some point, but that's the problem with this podcast. I'll do that, and then that game will consume my entire existence until I beat it. So we'll see.
Boy.
We will get back to that. We have more Nintendo news.
We do?
We do. 3 Namco games published by NES. No. I'm going to restart and not talk with a stupid accent. 3 Namco published NES games, including including Game Freak's first ever game, join Switch Online. I don't know if these are these free? I think they're just in the NES app.
But you need to have, let's see, I think the NES, I think you need to have, no, you don't. You just have to have the Nintendo Switch Online. The 64, GameCube, I think those are the 2 that you need to have the expansion pack to get those. So if you just have the Switch Online, you can play these.
Love that. You get NES version of Pac-Man, which is very straightforward version of the arcade game. Not terrible port. Not the arcade port, but it plays. Nope. Certainly plays. It's better than the Atari version of Pac-Man, that's for sure. That shit sucked. Holy. The Atari is a whole different thing. That whole console kind of stinks, if we're being honest. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think. Well, it's a nostalgia thing, right? But like modern people buying. There is no human being in 2026. You will never convince me otherwise. There's no human being that's like, I can't wait to get home and play my 2600. Like those games are just not. That's not what they were. They just weren't. You know that it was like a toy. I mean, it really was like a toy, to be honest. It's a very different time.
My wife picked up this was years ago. They did like an Atari, kind of like how they did like the Nintendo Classic thing where all the stuff. So she found an Atari with like quite a few games on it, and she's like, I don't know if this would interest you, but I found this and I picked it up. I'm like, babe, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Put it in, play a few games. I'm like, oof.
Yeah, it's not
so hard to,
they're
I
not
do
like.
remember
Yeah.
loving like Joust in a couple games, but
Oh yeah, yeah. Joust is
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's basically like they try to replicate arcade games in the most primitive ways possible. Like
yeah.
those are like 5-minute games, all of them on Atari are like
Oh, yeah.
5-minute games. You're not like sucking in. Anyway, that was off topic tangent. But Pac-Man,
Yeah. Sorry.
everybody loves Pac-Man.
Sure do.
Tower of Druaga was only released on the Famicom. That's a port of an arcade game as well. Tower of Druaga. You can play that for the first time in the Western continents. I do this every time. Yeah, Western is us.
Yeah.
What
We're
a
Western.
fucking retard. You can play that. It's
The
an
world is
old
not
school kind of adventure side-scrolling type of game. I know that Namco is fucking proud of this game for some reason. It was on like it's been featured on like every Namco collection. It's not a great game in my opinion, but
Nope.
they are proud as fuck of Tower of Druaga. They put it in every collection they can possibly squeeze it into.
Yep.
Finally, Mendel Place, known as Quinty in Japan, is an action puzzle game notable for being the first ever Game Freak title. So
Yeah.
that is cool. You get a non-Pokemon Game Freak game if you want it. I've never played that one before.
Don't think I have either. No. I've heard of it.
All
I
right.
have not tried it.
Maybe I'll try it. I can emulate it. I'm pro emulation here. So, anyways,
Yep.
there you go. You
was
get those
Nintendo.
there. That was Nintendo, and that was the news.
One quick thing on Nintendo is I hate to say it, but I think I'm done with Pocopia. It's not
no.
it's
What?
not clicking, man.
That's all right.
So I beat Kana, and I'm like, okay, that was kind of what I was trying to just get through and beat. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back into Pocopia. I played it for like 20 minutes. Maybe I'm not giving it its fair share, but
No.
it is just not.
No. Don't ever blame yourself. You fucking tried. If it doesn't hold you, doesn't hold you. That's just the way it is.
It's not. It's
I-
not.
I'm-
and
I'm
it's
tr-
just
I'm trying to refocus my brain on how I play games, and that's what I'm taking in. That's one of my key tenets I'm taking
Yeah.
with me. Like if it's like, it ain't happening. It just ain't happening. You know,
Nope.
that is what it is.
and it's not. And I feel, I almost hate to say it. I mean, it from everyone that I've heard talk about it, all the podcasts that I listen to, they're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get back to play Pocopia. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try.
Well, let's
but
just put
I-
it's really easy for a podcast with like 4 hosts to have someone be locked into a game.
Oh, sure.
It's not so easy for us.
No. Good point.
Because
Good point.
especially because we want like the gaming conversation at the front of the episode to be like the main thing people listen to, like the news like fills time, and I like the news and we like covering stuff so we can stay informed on the ongoings, but like
Yeah.
the game section's the main point, and if we both have one game that we're playing week over week over week and we have to talk about the one game, it's like, yes, we could do
Good
it,
point.
and we don't put that restriction on ourselves, but it's like, kind of feel like an asshole. I only got,
Yeah.
this thing, so anyways,
Yep. I fully get that.
that goes through my head sometimes, but it is what it is. We have a good question from you in the community section. We also have a comment or two to go over, so stick around with us, guys. We're gonna go ahead and take a little breaky poo. We'll be back with the community section, and we will keep the train rolling. We're almost done. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Swap Point Podcast. We're in the community section. We tried to work some community stuff in throughout the episode. We're going to continue to try to do that. We want to get you guys recognized as the show goes on and not just have a thing at the end. That way, we're interacting with y'all in real time. But you can do that better if you join the Discord and we can talk in live, in person, in action. Fuck it. We'll do it live on Discord. Join the Discord, by the way. Very cool.
Doing it live.
Yeah, do it live. Fuck it. Anyway, into the community section, couple comments to go over here. This one's actually an old comment. I missed it last week, so I apologize. But Russell Cunningham on our Jason's Kana short, I believe, or my Kana. It was one of the Kana. We posted a couple things. Says that he also picked up the game and is really enjoying it. So, shout out to you, Russell Cunningham. We've both now beat it. Hopefully, you have as well. And hopefully, you enjoyed it. We both did enjoy it. Kana was
for sure
was fun.
Yeah, it was good. Great.
Yeah, that's it for that. You want to shout that out? And then I got this long ass comment. Basically, Lisa by Pros might have fucked that up. I'm sorry, but this is about Cree Soul. Okay, so how do I want to? I'll just read it all because you know what? You took the time to post this. I'm going to give you the credit you deserve. So, hi, mate. I hear your arguments, but I disagree with a lot of them. What exactly were you expecting? This is an indie game. Taking that into consideration, it looks fantastic. Played the whole way through because the blood mechanic was addicting as well as visually, it kept on giving. For me, the most negative aspect of the game was that it felt yappy. No good voiceovers, and the narration through memories felt indeed flat. Sound was okay. I don't understand what threw you off that hard. I mean, there are terrible games out there with AAA tags. Now, at the price of $17.99, I personally say thank you and enjoyed it. I think more people should give it a try. A couple things to digest in there. First and foremost, hey man, everybody's got assholes. Opinions are just like them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I didn't like it. I'm glad that you did. I don't want anyone to not like a game, but I'm also not going to sugarcoat my comments and my opinion on it. That being said, yes, I mentioned multiple times throughout my 2-3 discussions on the show that it released at $17.99. I made that very clear. I made it very clear that that's a good price point. I also made it very clear that the graphics look like they're from the PS3 era. They do. I also made it very clear that the game didn't sound great. You agreed to that. You said the sound was okay. Not great, is it? That's okay. I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but I'm just justifying my opinions on it. Basically, we just disagree. That's fine. We can all disagree.
And that's totally fine.
We can disagree and have a conversation about it. It is what it is. I'm very happy that Liza enjoyed this game, played through it, loved every second of it. That's amazing. I'm very happy for you. I just wasn't on that boat. Didn't happen for me. And it is still one of my most disappointing games of the year. Samson's close, but that's still got time. So, anyways, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Just because I dislike something, just because Jason may dislike something, but that doesn't mean we want you guys to dislike it. But it is our job to give you our opinion, and we're going to give you our opinion. The best part of this show,
Cam and I don't even always like the same games, and that's totally fine too. So we still love hearing about them either way, even if it's not our jam. But you know, this whole show is really devised as a way for me and Jason to be able to talk games to people that we can relate to. So, because like in the day-to-day life, I can't just yap someone's ear off about fucking Pinball FX. Like I'm not, and I'm not gonna like go out on break when all of our coworkers are out and about and talking about whatever and pull Jason aside and talk fucking pinball. I'm not doing that shit. It's just not how I operate. So, although I would definitely much rather do that than some of the other conversations that we have when we're outside. For sure. Jesus Christ. For sure. I feel a little awkward going out on break because like I don't want to talk too much because I want to have like the content for the show because like this is our forum, this is our time to get it all out, but we can talk a little bit more about it. But, anyways, that's the whole point of the show. We're gonna have our opinions. You guys are gonna have different opinions. That's what makes humans cool. We can all disagree and unlike the entirety of the world that surrounds us, we can still get along even though we disagree. That's totally fine. I think that's it for the comments section, but Jason had a nice question in here that I want to go over, so let's do that. Yeah, and I just thought of this like literally a couple hours ago after I beat Kanan, and I was kind of looking through, you know, my other games, and I got thinking, well, I'll just ask you the question that I came up with. So the question is the backlog a real thing, or are we just addicted to the dopamine hits of buying things that we may never end up playing?
Dude, this question is so awesome, and I will tell you why. Okay. I posted on our YouTube. Did you see this? You probably didn't even see this. I made a post on our YouTube page in our community section on YouTube, literally about this guy, Shredded Otaku. We're getting all the shout outs out today. Never heard of this guy before. This video was like 17 hours old, had 2,000 views. Nice small channel like us. Okay. Yeah. And he made this video about backlogs. Like literally this happened yesterday. I did this. No, this is just crazy to me that you had a backlog question, because I literally just watched this video and it changed my entire perspective on my backlog one day ago.
Like, what are the chances?
Yeah, like
I did
literally.
not see that.
Anyways, I would recommend you watch this video. It's in our community tab on YouTube. Jason, you should watch it too. Really blew my mind on it. But it literally, the video kind of covers exactly what you said. It's like when we were kids, right, and we were playing games on our parents' dime, we had 8 games, or maybe even less. You know, you had like I had my GameCube, and I was fortunate. I had like 16 games, right? But I was too young to go buy a new game. So those 16 games, those were my games. And I loved those games, like dearly. I don't care if it was a bad game or not. I played the fuck out of those 16 games, like to death and back. And like I would die on a sword for those 16 GameCube games, including my street freestyle street soccer game that I can't find.
Yeah.
Like, just love. That's what it was back then. You know, we had such a limited quantity. Then we get older, right? We get older, we lose time. So we have less time than we did back then. And on top of that, there is definitely a dopamine hit to buying new games, like massively. Regardless of what you say. And I think it's a lot of that is just to do with the way that the industry is marketed to us now, right? We get a bunch of news. It's obviously super commercialized, where you're getting game ads while you're watching your TV shows and things, like it's just getting shoved in your face. So you're always kind of in the know, way more so than we were back in those days. So we want to buy everything. And that's how we accumulate walls of games and walls of digital catalogs and whatever you want to say. So the basic premise. Sorry, my cat just scared the shit out of me. Basic premise of that video was basically the basic gist is like you need to give games their due attention. And I struggle with this massively, right? So
do I.
One of the strategies that he said that it resonated with me was when you sit down to a session, when you sit down into a gaming session, pick a game, right? And then like allow yourself to let the game do its thing, right? And if you don't like the game, then that's it. But like one game per session, right? And then if that didn't work, just piss off. I'm not going to stick to that strictly, but it is cool in a strategy to hopefully allow me to dive into things a little bit deeper, because I am absolutely hard-coded right now to see end credits. And I see that as like the goal, and that's like where I get the release. And I don't think I'm playing games right with that mindset. I really don't. So I don't know. I have to kind of take a different approach. Beings like, I don't necessarily have to beat a game for me to consider it wiped off my backlog or something like that. I have to view it a little differently, but I would certainly like to get off of the mindset of I am not done till I roll credits. If I fail, I fucking suck and I'm a loser. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely my mindset. Yeah. But to answer the question in particular, the dopamine rush is more powerful than a lot of the games are. And I think that does relate to why modern games maybe feel so much less impactful than they did when we were kids, because we're getting the hit of purchasing the shit and then it's just accumulating dust in our virtual collections. So
for sure,
that's my take on it. What say you on it?
So I actually do have a similar take with a couple different thoughts on it. So, yes, I do love the dopamine hit of getting a new game. Probably way too much.
Yeah.
So basically everything that Cam said, I 100% agree with. An additional problem that I have on top of that is I put a lot of things on my wish list, and a lot of times, unless it's like a new release that I know I want to play right now, I rarely spend full price on
Yeah. Hell yeah.
on the games that I play. And if I see something pop up at like some crazy discount, sure, I'm not paying full price for it. I might only pay, a few bucks for something, but I will go, "Ooh, it's down to that. I'm gonna get it." Will I play it? I in my head at the time, I think absolutely will.
Yeah.
And honestly, most games that I've picked up, I've at least dabbled with a little bit. There's only
Yeah.
a few games on my backlog that I haven't even opened, and I hate that, but yeah, I just see all these things pop up on sale and I'm like, "Ooh, now's the time. Now's the time. Now's the time."
Yep.
And it does feel good, like, "Ooh, now it's in my collection and stuff." And then it just keeps growing and growing and I'm like, "Dude, I got to stop."
Yeah. 100%.
So, I don't I'm just like you. I'm not giving I got to watch this video cuz it sounds like it, would help my mindset too a little bit. I'm just not giving games their due diligence or whatever,
Well,
Like, I mean, Pocopia aside, I played that for 10
yeah.
plus hours. I feel like I've given it enough time to be
Yeah.
like, I just don't. This isn't clicking,
Yeah.
with me. But yeah, I
You'll
don't
still
know.
probably go back to it and then still
I
have the
probably
same fucking feeling. Mr. Juggling 10 fucking games at a
Yeah,
time.
see, that's a problem. Though. That's a problem.
It is, but maybe it is. Maybe it's just like, I don't know. I mean, that video is fucking amazing. I really think everybody should check it out. So go to our YouTube, subscribe while you're there, and then go to our community section and find that video from another content creator because that's awesome for us to do. Just, hey, welcome to our page.
It's okay.
Go somewhere else. No, but
supporting other people.
Of course, that's what we're doing here. It's just kind of funny. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's like, fuck, dude, next week's gonna blow for me. Oh my god, it's gonna fucking blow.
Same here.
And the end of the month's gonna suck. So we got next week. We got Replaced on Tuesday. I got Jordan Van Sickle chirping in my ear about fucking RuneScape leagues on Wednesday. I've got.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he brought that up to me too. I was like, come on, man.
So that comes out. I don't know if I'm gonna get to RuneScape. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I fucking put my time in RuneScape. I played that shit for probably 125 hours.
Damn.
I gave it a fucking I gave it
That's more
fucking
than its fair share.
No, I gave it a fucking run. I really fucking gave it a run. I just don't think I have it in me to play it. I just don't, even though leagues are cool, that's where like XP is increased and the game actually is kind of rewarding and it's kind of cool. It's like, dude, I fucking don't know if I care. But anyway, that's on the list for Wednesday. Yeah. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like I have to play it almost to cover something of it, but I'm not the guy to cover RuneScape. If you don't have nostalgia for RuneScape, you don't like RuneScape as you get old. Like,
yeah,
anybody that plays RuneScape now played it when they were younger. In my opinion. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Tangent aside, Thursday is Pragmata, and Wednesday is Tamagotchi Life for you, right?
I think it's Friday.
Oh, Fridays?
It's the other way. Yeah, Thursday is Pragmata, Friday's Tamagotchi. So
it's gonna be rough. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough.
I mean, I'm definitely playing Replaced. So whether it's a game I put on the list, I don't know. I'm definitely playing it. But then you get towards the end of the week where you've got Pragmata and Tamagotchi. I don't know if I'm going to have, that's not enough time, to get to Sunday to have a full conversation about the game. So those might have to get pushed back a little bit for me. So
No, that's totally fine. So I'm in a horrible spot with games right now because I want to play Replace bad, and that's Tuesday. And for those of you that pay attention to our show, we record on Sundays. It's fucking Sunday night now, pretty much, after working on my fucking car all day. So I'm not yawning because Jason's boring me. I've had a long day.
Yeah.
So right now I've got nothing going game-wise. I've got nothing going. I started Monster Hunter Stories, the original one.
Ooh.
I played, like... Did you play the first one?
No, the second one I did.
Okay. I really didn't play it. So it's got a long intro, as most RPGs do, right? So
Yep.
I played it like very briefly. I got my first Monstie, but I haven't even fought with it, or I literally got my first Monstie and I was like, I gotta go to bed. So I'm not far enough in that, and I don't know if that's a game I want to push further to then just set it aside to play Replaced. So I can't really do that.
Yeah.
I can play I can play pinball, but I'm not like grinding pinball for hours. So that's really not an option. I would play Samson, but that game is just stinky right now.
No, just wait.
Yeah, so I don't have anything to play right now. I've got a ton of shit to play, but I don't have anything to play right this second. And you know what? That just comes down to my mentality is I have to fucking play a game until I beat it, and I don't have time until the next thing I want to play comes out. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? ScreamerCM.
I don't know. I beat Kana literally just today. And like I said, I played a little bit of Pocopia and I was like, nah. I jumped back into Damon and Baby. And finally got over the hump.
Nice.
And I'm starting to dig it a little bit more.
Nice.
So might be talking about that a little bit more in depth.
Nice.
So,
until
yeah,
you
that's
put
what I
it
now
in
I
the
now think.
Trace on Tuesday.
Yeah. So I there was just a couple, like, I don't know. I don't think I was playing it right. I wasn't looking out for different things. Like there was a path that was in front of my freaking face. Because it's an isometric style game, I just missed this thing that was down on like the edge of the screen. It was a path that leads you to a pretty important upgrade that you need to progress. I'm running around like, where the hell, how am I supposed to get out of this area? I got that thing. Oh my God. And now I'm just like breezing through to the next area. So I think I just need to pay more attention. And
how often do you play a game and think about another one?
Very often.
I do the same thing. It's so bad.
All the time, dude.
It's so bad, dude. It's the worst.
All the time.
It's the worst.
It is the worst feeling. And then, sometimes the game I'm thinking about, I go in and play, and then 5 minutes in, I'm like, nah, this is not what I want to play.
And you go back to what you were playing before.
You go back to what you're playing.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Constantly.
I do that shit all the time too. It's like so frustrating. It's like my brain won't allow me to just chill.
Just sit and enjoy what's in front of your face.
Yeah. Then you got your phone going off. You got your fucking desktop next to your face.
God.
You got your fucking. It's so hard. It's weird. Trying to explain how to enjoy a hobby when it's our favorite hobby. It makes no fucking sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Makes no fucking sense. But so yeah, big week for the pod next week. We're gonna have Replace. Pragmata is high priority for me. So I'm gonna try really hard to cover that. And since you're gonna already cover Replaced, I'll probably get toes in. I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm working both days. I just don't have gaming time.
If I wasn't off on Tuesday, it might be a different story, but I plan on playing a lot of Replaced on Tuesday, so.
I'm supposed to have tomorrow off, and I got fucking forced in Pretty sick.
Hey man, they might call you in the morning, tell you that you don't need
that
to
has
come in.
never happened once in the
That's not
entire
gonna happen.
history of the post office. So yeah, I do want to play that. I'm not gonna get a day off this week. Fucking bitches.
Oh, that's the worst.
I usually like gaming hard on Saturday nights because I don't go to the bar or anything. I just sit in my fucking ass.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna be a big week next week, games wise. Maybe we won't even get progress enough to be able to talk about shit. But
Yeah, right. We just got some thinking to do what we're gonna cover next week.
I think I'm done with Hot Shots Golf. I haven't played that in months.
Oh shit, I haven't either. Like you're done. Like you don't want to. You don't plan on playing it
I
anymore.
think I'm successfully satisfied with it.
Okay.
I can still play that game for fucking 300 hours if I wanted to, but I think I'm satisfied.
Satisfied with what you played.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Shit games, man. They're just weird.
We'll
They're
figure it
gonna
out.
keep coming out for sure. Anyway.
Well, they sure are.
Good episode, man. Thanks for joining
That's
me
show,
again.
guys.
Sorry it was so late today. Just not a good day for Cam. That's for sure.
You had priorities, man.
This is a priority to me. I enjoy this show. We hit 50.
You also want your car to stop when you.
Yes, I would like to be
brakes.
able to brake and things of that variety. That's usually good.
Yeah.
Anyways, leave your comments down below if you listen to this on YouTube or Spotify. I would like a game recommendation or two that I can play for a couple days and never play again. Other than that, let's get the hell out of here, Jason.
Let's do it.
I appreciate y'all watching and listening. Jason, as always, you the damn best. You the damn best co-host in the goddamn
Always
game.
a blast.
We will be back next week, episode 13. Oh, spooky.
13.
Yeah. Talking fucking MySpace, League of Legends, RuneScape. I'm losing my mind. Let's get the hell out of here. Adios, amigos. I'm out of here.